Hello, this is your attorney, Jiwon Lee. There has been a constantly criticized issue within the foreign community in Korea. It had been continuously occurring, and the process involved was very violent and clearly involved many human rights violations. Discrimination and oppression against foreigners in Korean society are widely known, sadly, but this is almost the extreme. Take a look. Blocking migrant workers passing by bicycle and demanding identification cards while forcibly seating them on the sidewalk, saying, "Hey, come here," and demanding identification cards. Members of the Citizens Coalition for the Protection of Nationals surround the migrant workers to prevent them from escaping, grabbing their necks or shoulders and pressing them down. Pressing down on the chest of migrant workers lying on the ground, saying, "I'll let you go if you speak honestly. You don't have a visa, we checked." The migrant worker responds, "I don't have a visa." They forcibly detain the migrant worker until the police arrive. Well, it's so shocking and disrespectful. It's really embarrassing that such violent human rights violations are happening in Korea, a member of the OECD with the 13th largest economy in the world and classified as a developed country exporting K-culture. This man, Jin-jae, is a figure who is running as a member of the extreme right party called the Free Unification Party in the general election, national election scheduled for April 2024. His constituency is Daegu, and this Free Unification Party is the most extreme right-wing party in Korea. Just looking at Mr. Park's official promises, he is close to a hate group pouring out discriminatory and anti-foreigner policies such as expulsion of Muslims, Hindus, illegal residents, opposition to same-sex marriage, opposition to anti-discrimination laws, and abolition of the Ministry of Immigration. There is freedom of expression, freedom of speech, so making right-wing remarks in itself is another issue. The real problem is that they are illegally oppressing foreigners under the guise of protecting nationals. Of course, you can sue. The problem is what to sue for. It is true that anyone other than the police can arrest current offenders, so their logic is arresting illegal immigrants does not constitute an illegal arrest. But in fact, this premise is false. Because being undocumented is strictly speaking an administrative violation, not a criminal offense. The crime that can be sued varies depending on the situation. This man, Jin-jae's method of arresting foreigners is as follows. First, they need to confirm the foreigner's identity, because arresting foreigners indiscriminately becomes an illegal arrest. So this is how they do it. First, Jin-jae and his members search for targets together. Second, if they see foreigners dressed like migrant workers or find people of Southeast Asian, Middle Eastern, or African descent, they block their path and demand identification. Third, sometimes they receive reports and go to the residences or workplaces of migrant workers to apprehend them. Fourth, sometimes they report restaurants where migrant workers gather as drug dens or gambling dens, or report migrant workers riding motorcycles as unlicensed motorcycles to confirm their visa status. Fifth, if it is confirmed that they are illegal immigrants, they arrest them with their members. Well, did you find the illegal parts here? First, they have no authority to demand identification from foreigners. Searching for identification or conducting body searches is only permitted for the police. If they try to confirm identification by blocking the path or holding them, it's obviously assault or illegal imprisonment. Therefore, you don't have to show your identification to anyone other than police. Second, in cases where they go to the residences or workplaces of migrant workers without permission and then apprehend them, entering a residence or workplace without permission is trespassing. Third, if you make indiscriminate reports of law violations, it constitutes false accusation or false reporting. Once it's confirmed that migrant workers don't have a visa, they forcibly detain the migrant workers and report them to the police. Until the police arrive, several people surround the migrant worker, pressing them down or restraining them. Some members record the arrest process and upload it to a YouTube or TikTok channel. Now, have you noticed the illegal parts here? First, not all undocumented immigrants are considered current offenders, so forcibly detaining them and reporting them to the police can constitute illegal arrest. Current offender arrest requires the satisfaction of criteria such as the legality, urgency, clarity of the crime, and legitimacy of the motive or purpose of the action. In simpler terms, current offender arrest is only allowed in limited circumstances where the crime is clear and there are no other alternatives. However, being undocumented is strictly speaking an administrative violation, not a criminal offense. Therefore, they are not subject to illegal arrest. Second, surrounding and restraining the migrant worker during the arrest process by grabbing their neck, shoulders, or chest and pressing them down constitutes assault. Third, recording the arrest process and uploading it to social media while revealing the individual's identity constitutes defamation. South Korea is one of the few countries that punish defamation even if it reveals the truth. Therefore, even if they are undocumented immigrants or illegal residents, if faces or other identifying features are not blurred and uploaded, it constitutes defamation and can be punished accordingly. In conclusion, you must remember this. First, people other than the police cannot demand identification. Second, anyone who enters a residence or workplace without permission commits trespassing. Third, surrounding and restraining migrant workers by several people during the arrest process is assault. Fourth, if faces or names are revealed when uploading the arrest process on SNS, it is defamation. One absurd thing is that even the police know that such arrests of illegal immigrants are illegal. Watch this video. When Jin-jae says anyone can arrest a current offender, a police officer says, that offender you're talking about is a criminal. This is an administrative offense. And says, your actions are illegal arrest. Do foreigners have no rights? Jin-jae shouts, looking at the person filming the video, film it. I'll upload it as it is. Well, it clearly shows the police also knows that these illegal immigrants or those who violated the Immigration Act are administrative offenders. Nevertheless, instead of releasing them, the police contact the immigration office to have them detained at a foreigner protection center. Unfortunately, once illegal immigrants are arrested, they cannot be released. If it is true that they have no visa, the only option is deportation under the Immigration Act. In this case, they stay at a foreign protection center until they are deported. In fact, in the case of illegal arrest, if there is a procedural violation, detention itself is illegal, so releasing them is in accordance with the principles of law. However, the police, the prosecutor, and even the National Human Rights Commission in Korea are not on the side of illegal immigrants. However, there are very rare cases where they are released. It's called applying for temporary release of protection. When there are humanitarian reasons, you can apply for temporary release of protection. It's a very difficult lawsuit, but it's practically the only possibility. In this case, the applicant may have to deposit around 5 million to 20 million Korean won as a security deposit. In fact, the most fundamental problem is this. Because it's such a deeply rooted problem, there is no clear answer. Korean society inevitably needs to recruit migrant workers due to its extremely low birth rate, but there are too many problems to be solved, such as inadequate laws such as the Immigration Act, government policy failures, lack of alternatives to illegal immigrant policies, and fundamental xenophobia in Korean society. Small and medium-sized enterprises and regional, local public corporations cannot operate without migrant workers. It's an established fact already, but current Korean laws that tolerate illegal arrests only worsens this problem. The lukewarm and indifferent attitude of the police towards punishing illegal arrests is also a problem. Even though the police know it's an illegal arrest, they don't release the illegally arrested immigrants but pass them on to a foreigner protection center, which bars the illegally arrested foreigners' appropriate legal action afterwards. So, this is the practical advice and suggestion. First of all, the most important thing is to determine what illegal activities occurred if illegal arrests were made. Just remember what I said previously in my video. Also, inform citizen groups or lawyers like me through family or acquaintances. Since the use of phones is more liberal in foreigner protection centers than in ordinary prisons, you should contact a lawyer immediately. Secondly, you should widely inform foreign acquaintances living in Korea about this video. Before illegal arrest became a public issue in Korean society, I discovered the video of Park Jin-jae, this bald man, pointed out the problems and am currently helping the victims with lawsuits. Because lawyers also engage in public activities and this is an undeniable human rights violation. Fortunately, as my video has spread widely, many people have become aware of illegal arrest and reported Park Jin-jae to the police. In fact, the Gyeongbuk Gyeongju Police Station and the Daegu Bukbu Police Station have received numerous reports and are currently investigating Park Jin-jae's illegal arrest. Human rights, which are also constitutional rights, are equally important not only to nationals but also to foreigners. For Koreans, if you ignore such illegal arrests and human rights violations, you may someday experience the same thing abroad. Korea must become a better society, and it can be. This is your attorney, Jiwon Lee. Thanks for watching.